to my channel. If you don't know about this channel, this is an upcoming channel on the YouTube circuit. My name is B McFly. I have a lot of things going on in other um, platforms like Instagram and TikTok and so on and so forth. But subscribe, like, share, and let's see what's going on, man. Like, let's talk about what's going on. And I don't want to specifically talk about things that's going on. You know, I just want to just talk about this phrase called "you're a rat." So I want people to jump in. I want people to jump in because we really need to get down to the get down. You know what I mean? A lot of things have changed, and I noticed that people can be a rat with stimulations. So and for the record, I don't I don't care, right? I don't care who's a rat. I don't care because I'm not in the streets. But I want to talk to the people that do care. And I want to talk to the people that are curious. And I want to talk to the young kids that need to know what the streets come with. And even if it's not about somebody being a rat, right? Let's say it's not about that. Okay. Um, I think we still need to talk about it. So I'm gonna let some people come on. Let some people jump on. But by the way, for those who weren't on the live, I want to say, shout out to y'all for even, tapping in. So I want to talk about who how many people really care about somebody being a rat? Is it interesting? Is it something that you want to know about? Like, is it one of these is be because it seemed like that's the main topic, especially with like it's people out here that's damn near senior citizens talking about rats. What's the age group of being a senior citizen? Like, do y'all understand? It's a lot of senior citizens out here talking about rats. And they not even like talking about their grandkids, their children that are like well over being adults. They're not talking about the infrastructure of the community. They're not talking about what changes that need to be made. What can they do? How can they bring their resources in with their resources? And how can we change the dynamics of the communities? And I'm talking about people that proclaim that they're out the streets. That's what I'm talking about here. I want to talk like, is it really, do anybody care that much? It seemed like it seemed like people care more so about the fuckery, right? It seemed like people care more so about things that don't even make you a dot. Well, I'm not going to say it doesn't make you a dollar. I'm not going to say that because if you on YouTube and you have this big platform, you could talk about whatever it is that you want to talk about, and depending on the views and the likes and the yes, you can make money. But okay, so what's the age group of a senior citizen? Like, I'm talking, it's a lot of men out here that got grandkids, more than one, right? Got multiple kids by multiple women, right? I'm talking about, it's so much going on out here. You got benefits that's not gonna be even. Yo, don't you know next month is November, which is Thanksgiving month? For those who do celebrate Thanksgiving, don't you know it's so many now? Yo, it's so much to talk about, man. It is so much to talk about, and I'm not saying, like, I just want to know, what is this significance of being? Why is it so important? Because even, it's not like the 1900s where if you were a rat, yo, listen, I don't give a fuck. I don't care what you were saying that you was doing. You implicated something, you are a rat. My question now in 2025, going on 26, why is it so important, especially amongst the senior citizens? Amongst the senior citizens. Why is it so important amongst the senior citizens? Can somebody, I want to know why. I really want to know why. Now, wait a minute. First of all, senior, I'm about to tell you right now, senior citizen age group. Age is what? I'm about to say you right now. What? 65 and up. I'm talking about, yo, you got some of these guys that are 10 years away from being a senior citizen. I'm damn near 20 something years. I'm 20 something years away from being a senior citizen. You got these guys that are 10 years away from being a senior citizen, 5 years away from being a senior citizen, talking about rats. Now, let's get this thing. Let's get an understanding. When you are in the streets, there are so-called rules that apply, right? I remember being in the streets. I wasn't a super duper tough guy. All right, I'm not going to sit up here and act like I was this super duper tough guy. I'm not going to sit up here and act like I was this getting money Gambino guy. I was the average guy in the streets. I could have chose this way. I could have chose that way. I chose to try to prove to the streets that I could be amongst the streets, right? I found myself wanting to follow the so-called rules of the streets more than the rules of being a great son, a great family member, a great I chose to respect the rules of the streets more than being a great father. I chose respecting the rules of the streets more than doing what I got to do for my family, being a leader for my family, being an educator for my family, being a provider for my family. I chose that. Trying to prove to guys that really don't respect the rules, possibly, right? Guys who really don't respect never respected the rules. Because I need people to understand this, right? It's more to the rules than just riding. I'm going to say that again. It's more to the rules than just ratting. You got people out here that break the rules all day before they break the ultimate rule. Why you ain't write your man? That's breaking a rule. You didn't write your man? You didn't go visit your man? What about that rule? Why you get your man robbed? Why you get your man killed? Why you said you were going to do something. Why didn't you look out for them? Why you had to hurt that person? Why you had to hurt that person and that person was innocent? Why you lied to your man about money over here messed up, or you did something over there and all you did was you snaked your man and you did something behind his back? Why did you do that? Why you start messing with your man girl? Why you ain't looking for your man kids or child when they were locked up? What about those rules? What about the rules before the ultimate rule, which is actually telling on someone? But people don't want to talk about those type of people don't talk about those rules. You want to know why? Because those rules aren't really emotional enough. Rules are not really emotional enough. Right? Like it has to be emotional. So since they're not emotional enough, the most emotional rule is actually telling on someone. But you've been breaking all the other rules, and now you want somebody to obey the ultimate rule. Don't you know it's people out there, it's plenty of reasons on why people are in the streets committing doing street activities, committing violent crimes, selling or selling drugs or robbing people, uh, you know, uh, running in people's houses, tying people up. I'm talking about you name it. It's plenty of reasons on why people are out here telling. You want to know why? Because it's no rules. It's really no rules. Now, if you come across a person that's honorable, meaning this, you know what? I got caught. I'm going to do my time like a man. I'm not going to implicate nobody. And I'm going to move on. Don't you know it's so many people that actually stood tall within their criminal cases and it was never nothing done for them? I'm going to say this again. A lot of black people feel like I'm not praising a person for doing what they supposed to do. But want to be like the mob. I remember it was times when so many people wanted to just be like the mob, right? Like, oh, listen, man, we live by the mob rules. The mob rules. So guess what? When a guy get locked up and he do his time, you know, the mob congratulate him, have parties for him, and give him gifts and all of those things. Why black people don't do that? And this is why people be telling. This is one of the reasons why people be telling. Another reason, one of many reasons why people be telling. You was treating them like shit. You were treating them like shit. You probably did something out of pocket, and they start thinking about it like, you know what? They get that phone call. It's their girlfriend on the phone. Babe, you know he ain't really like you. He ain't like you. Why are you standing tall for this man, and this man don't care nothing about you, sent you on dummy missions, did all types of things, and never looked out for you? Yes, tell on him. You're married, you got kids, or whatever the case may be. You got a girlfriend out here, you got kids out here. That guy did not like you. Tell on him. I am so confused on why we forget about all the other rules ever known to mankind in the streets, but only think about the rule, which is the rat rule. Well, let's talk about it. Number one, if you never been in a position to tell on somebody, if you never been in a position to tell on someone, meaning this, we all was committing crimes. I committed a crime with this person. Everybody got away. I got caught. And they ask you things like, do you know so, so, and so, and so? If you can get us so, so, and so, and so, we can give you less time or no time. If you never been in that position, or you got caught up on your own timing, and guess what? What did Cameron say? I ain't telling on nobody in Harlem, but I could tell on some people out in DC. Or I know some people that do some things. You get me out of this, I could give you the names. I could start working. I could be a CI. Just get me out of this. If you never been in that type of position, you have no room to talk. I'm going to say this again. If you never been in that position, you have no room to talk about anybody being a rat. You want to know why? Because you were never inside of those rooms being investigated. You were never given an opportunity to tell on somebody. You were never in a position where they offered you some things to get out of a jam. So you don't know what that feels like. So before you, the person that never been in this position, start placing blame and talking about people, shortcomings and imperfections, I advise you to and just listen. Common sense is not common to everybody. So I advise you to use the sense that's common. Don't speak with your eyes and your mouth. I'm sorry. Don't listen with your eyes and your mouth. Listen with your ears. I'm going to say this again. Use the sense that's common. Don't listen with your eyes and your mouth. Listen with your ears. Use the sense that's common. Now, if you were in the streets, right? And you've been in a position to tell on someone and you stood tall. Congratulations. Congratulations. Because when you're in the streets, You are supposed to follow 90% of the rules if possible, if not all of them. But let's be realistic. Do everybody follow all 100% all the rules? No. So, but the one rule that we're talking about is the ratting rule. You were supposed to get, I'm sorry, because when I was in the streets, being a rat is being a rat. I don't know what's going on in 2026, but you implicated somebody in something, you're a rat. You're in the streets, you're committing criminal activities. You implicate someone. Bottom line, you are a rat. You got people that saying I was trying to manipulate the system. Rules, things have changed. I listen. So I'm gonna say this, right? If you weren't honored, if you didn't get the hip hip hooray, if you didn't get celebrated, that's sad. Because there's more people out here that's breaking the rules than there are following the rules. Now, for those who did rat, you were wrong. Bottom line, you were wrong. Because if you're in the streets committing criminal activities, you know that you are responsible for you, right, wrong, or indifferent. So if you implicated someone else, then yes, you were wrong, you are a rat. In 2026, I don't give a fuck. In 2026, I don't give a fuck. You want to know why? Do you want to know why? Because I'm not in the streets. Okay? I am not in the streets. Them days are over. I am healed from the streets. I am far removed from the streets. I have not done no street activities. And guess what? I damn sure don't give a damn about a rat 50, 40, 30, 20 years ago. Even 10 years ago. I don't care. Because I'm far removed from the streets. I don't do no street activities. I'm not around people committing street activities. I don't care. I really don't care. The question is, who really cares? In 2026, who really cares, yo? Who? Who's really out here doing the rat patrol? Nowadays, you can be a rat, and as long as you making money, it's cool. Nowadays, you can be a rat, and as long as you got a position, a high position, it's cool. Who really cares, man? Who? This is not the 1900s. Shit, this is not even the early 2000s. I think that ratting shit probably was played out like, and I'm saying as far as people caring. I feel like the ratting shit was probably played out 5 years ago. Nobody cares no more. Nobody cares. Especially if you're not in the streets. And even I done seen rats get more respect than me, and I actually stood tall in real life. I seen rats get praised, get honored. It's never been honor in thieves. I don't care if you was a getting money guy. I don't care if you was a robbing guy. I don't care if you was a drug. I don't care. It's never been honoring thieves. The rules, the rules are stated based off of copying. Nobody follow the rules. Not too many people. Nobody followed the rules. Nobody. So I just feel like, why should you care? If you in the streets, you're gonna get ratted on. Okay? You wanna sell drugs? And you wanna make a large amount of money? It's a good chance you're gonna be a part of a RICO. And within that RICO, it's a good chance somebody's gonna tell on you. Capiche? Get it? If you out there and you're hurting people and you're just in the way, somebody's gonna kill you or tell on you or shoot you. Stay away. That's it. The best thing you can do is tapping into your diamond. Tap into your diamond. Because everybody want to keep talking about the streets like your name is going to hold weight and your name is going to be the name that don't nobody tell on. Who the fuck you think you are? You think you can't be touched? Think ain't nobody gonna tell on you? Even if you're doing whatever it takes to make everybody happy, what you think people gonna do the minute that you stop making everybody happy? What you think people gonna do the minute that they get vulnerable? Your name ain't no bigger than nobody else's name. You're not bigger than the program. And the program is this. Somebody's going to tell on you. Somebody's going to tell on you. Somebody is going to tell on you. They're going to rat on you. being in the streets, especially getting money, ain't no way out of it. It's no way out of it. I don't know why people think their name holds all the weight. Thank you. Why do people think their name hold all the weight? Like your name is like people started telling on Jesus. And this is why I don't care. Because I'm far removed from the streets, right? Far removed from the streets. I don't care who told. And when I be hearing these senior citizens or damn near senior citizens talking about who told, I be like, yo, really? Yo, man, follow me on Instagram, b.mcfly_. I got over 158,000 followers over there. I'm doing a lot, man. I wrote a book with Master P. I wrote a children's book. And honestly, man, the goal is to save these kids' lives, you know what I mean, starting from kindergarten and up, you know what I mean, or even younger than that. You know, I know people want to see a car crash. People want to see the nonsense, right? People want to People want to see the nonsense. People want to see, don't nobody care about positivity, and that's fine. You know what I mean? That's cool, but I'm not here for that, man. I don't give a fuck about anybody ratting, man. And I suggest, especially those who never been in the streets, I suggest you don't either. You know what I'm saying? It's a bigger program out there. And guess what? The program is who is in need of money or food come next month. Who? Who's going to be in need of food next month? Stop using common sense. Start using the sense that's common. Get on, get activated, man. B McFly and I'm clocked out, man. Let's go.